Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. The Iron Banner, one of the more prestigious events in Destiny's history. During its lifetime, so far it has gone through its fair share of ups and downs, much like Destiny itself, and these have been for one reason or another. From the hype of its first ever appearance to the flatline that was Iron Banner Season 1 of Destiny 2. Today I want to discuss the rise and the fall of the Iron Banner and where does it go from here. A long time ago, during the original Destiny beta, Bungie treated us to a one-off limited time mode event. None of this was hinted at until the beta was live, and it was announced that the Iron Banner PvP Crucible mode would be available to Guardians for a 2-hour window on Saturday the 19th of July 2014. It brought with it 2 new maps and a new way to play the game. It pitted Guardians against each other in the Crucible, but with the level advantages enabled, meaning your light level, power and defense ratings actually mattered in the Crucible. If you were too low level, you would get destroyed easily, and if you were high enough, you would feel like a boss.
Single victory doesn't win a war, but it's a start.
Admittedly, for the beta, this doesn't matter too much, mainly due to its very brief window of availability. However, it showed great promise for the arrival of the new game and what we could look forward to going ahead. At the time, as I said before, Iron Banner was the prestigious PvP event in Destiny. It was before trials existed, and it was the only way to obtain some of the better and most unique rewards in the game. On its arrival for the first time after the game's full release, I could not wait to run through the rear doors of the tower and approach Lord Saladin, who stood proudly in front of the Iron Banner crest, which was ablaze behind him. In the early days of Destiny 1, the grind was real. Once you reached level 20 after completing the story, you increased your light level by completing the end game. The Nightfall and the Raid were the only way up here, so those who got lucky with higher drops in these activities had a huge advantage in the first ever Iron Banner. Fortunately, it was packed full of others going through the same struggle in the forever 29 days, and so the monthly Iron Banner became a popular ritual for all. It was tough though. If you didn't win, you didn't get any reputation. You got a medallion which you could stack up to 5 times. So if you got 5 losses in a row, it would start to negatively impact you and your rewards. It was tough, but to many it felt fair. It didn't become a popular event though just because of its unique place in the Destiny universe. Over its lifetime, across the various updates and expansions of Destiny 1, the Iron Banner event held some of the most powerful and sought after weapons across the whole of the game. With the random perk rolls of weapons in Destiny 1, some of these weapons were great off the bat, but some had the potential to be godly. With the right amount of grind and an unsurly amount of luck, you could roll god tier weapons from your Iron Banner rewards. With the weapons coming as end of match rewards as well as reputation rank up reward packages from Lord Saladin, you had a great opportunity to net yourself a unique god rolled weapon. These weapons made Iron Banner great. It was the pinnacle PvP mode as it had the right amount of challenge to reward ratio that kept players wanting more and coming back for more. To be honest, the original Iron Banner weapons were the best. They may hold a good amount of nostalgia amongst early adopters to the universe, but they all had that special something that held them above most, if not all other weapons in the game at the time. Felwinter's Lie, Radagast's Fury and Jolder's Hammer were all amazing in their own way, and with the god rolls that they became, they were unstoppable. Felwinter's Lie became the first ever sniper shotgun, renowned for its insane range and impact with the right perk rolls. Iron Banner was at the peak of its powers during year 1 of Destiny. It had the potent mix of addictive grind that hooked players in. It was accessible to all despite the level advantages, and it also had some great looking medieval armour to boot. One's tumultuous time, Trials of Osiris came into the game, and over time this is where the elite players went to sharpen their claws against each other, in order to go to the lighthouse and obtain what would become the new beast weapons in the games, the Trials Adept weapons. Many of these trumped all of what came before it, especially the Iron Banner weapons, and so the Iron Banner was kicked to the curb and became an also-ran as we got into Year 2 and the Taken King. The Iron Banner languished around during that time, and the new setups of rewards that came in Year 2, as unique as they were, just didn't quite have the same kick as those greats from Year 1. Yes, the armour looked as cool as always, but it didn't have the same desire attached to them, and the weapons suffered from the same problem here too. Nerwin's Mercy was the standout here, as high rate of fire pulse rifles started to come to the fore, but this was the only one worth grinding for. At a time when Hawksaw and the Grasp of Malak were the sought after Crucible killers, the Iron Banner fell into obscurity as an event to just play through as and when it came around. As everyone started to look forward to Destiny 2 and the twilight of Destiny 1 was upon us, the Iron Banner needed a revamp, a new spark to bring the masses back, a rise from the ashes. And rise it did, with the Rise of Iron DLC, which ventured around the story of the Iron Lords, and the Iron Banner was thrust into the limelight once again to forge forwards into the third and final year of Destiny 1. And forge ahead it did, with a new setting on Fellwinter's Peak. Lady Aphrodite came back from the wilderness to take the Iron Banner mantle from Lord Saladin, and with her came new rewards and new ways to earn them. New bounties, new quests, and a reputation ladder were the key to unlocking rewards here. As you levelled up your reputation, you unlocked better rewards that if RNG didn't bless you in the end, you could purchase directly from Lady Aphrodite. Granted, this wasn't a massive change from Year 2, but the rewards were. Again, as pulse rifles were king, the Clever Dragon was a Guardian Slayer pre-nerf. If you didn't have a Clever Dragon, you stood very little chance. The Iron Banner was back, and back with a blast. Not only were the pulse rifles godly, but the other weapons were also top dog now too. The Laughing Heart sniper rifle was a favourite. With explosive rounds and firefly, it was a great weapon to keep your opponents at bay, and along with the Silver Dread machine gun and Unbent Tree auto rifle, a full set of the Iron Banner weapons would set you up well in your daily Crucible rituals. And for those going for the soon-to-be sidearm meta, the Blinding Blaze wasn't half bad either. The armour was great too, harking back to the Iron Lord style from the fighting in the wilderness. However, you could also obtain the original Year 1 and Year 2 Iron Banner armour from Lord Saladin too. Year 3 of Iron Banner was a great time in my opinion. Destiny, with all its ups and downs, finally found its place as a fun sci-fi first-person shooter, giving its players a feeling of power no matter what you did in the game, and the Iron Banner experience added to this. It came around with a full rotation of the PvP modes, including the favourite, Mayhem. With insane recharge times abilities, Mayhem Iron Banner wasn't a place for the weak, but hell, it was fun. If you had the right perks and stats on your armour, supers were ready instantly, and this has to be looked at back as one of the best times in Iron Banner's history. The future looked bright. Destiny 2 was upon us, and the player base, although fondly attached to all that was great with the game as it was, and what it became, were keen for something new and something fresh.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? No hugs.
Indeed, we got something fresh, but it soon became apparent fresh is not exactly what we wanted. You have to be careful what you wish for. Season 1's Iron Banner was a shambles. RNG was at its best here. There was no endgame drops, there was no reputation level up purchasable rewards, there was pretty much nothing. The only way to get the new items was to prey on RNG when handing your tokens to Lord Saladin in the new tower. A Lord Saladin who had also apparently forgot who you were and what you had done for the past 3 years. No thanks, no nothing. As he handed out shaders and, if you were lucky, another duplicate of a weapon you didn't really want. There was a loot pool in the Iron Banner engrams, but with a cap of 30 engram packages, you'd be lucky to get a full set of armour or weapons. And at 20 tokens per engram, with only 2 to 5 handed out per game, the grind was real, but the rewards were definitely not. There were no level advantages, and so gone was its prestigious tag from yesteryear. It was now just normal PvP, but with reskins. How could this happen? How could such a great event be worse in every possible way compared to Destiny 1, which by the end had a system which was open, transparent and accessible to all? Fortunately, Bungie have recognised this, and among other things have been building the game from scratch again, so it seems. Season 2 of Iron Banner finally came around, and with it heralded the return of systems we had all grown fond of from Destiny 1. Armour and weapons could now be purchased on rank up to an extent, all the loot pool was available, and a selection of new weapons were there too. Iron Banner was back, but not with a bang, more of a whimpering wolf with its tail behind its legs, but it was back nonetheless. A bunch of the weapons are also worthy of mentions too. The Forward Path, Time-Worn Spire and the new scout rifle, Frostmire's X, are all standouts in a rather lacklustre PvP environment. New ornaments are available too, bringing with it a grind to unlock them by meeting certain targets which are fairly challenging. Unfortunately, there is still no level advantages, and they're not bound for Iron Banner as yet, but with impending sandbox changes to supers and abilities recharge rate, the future is looking up again for the Iron Banner. It's been a rollercoaster of a ride for the Iron Banner. It reached lofty heights in Destiny 1, but crashed and burned rapidly upon the start of Destiny 2, which was unexpected for many. It's a game mode that many felt Bungie had got right so easily, but they shot themselves in the foot early on with Destiny 2. Where does the Iron Banner go from here? There's still a number of weapon types yet to see the Iron Banner treatment. There's potential for new ornaments in Season 3, and with the arrival of 6v6 Iron Banner due for March 2018, it could mark a return to greatness for the Iron Banner. I may be wrong, but it can't get lower than where it was recently, so for the sake of the community, I hope I'm correct. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comments section below. Let me know what you think about the Iron Banner, where it has come from, and where it's likely to go going forwards. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more future Destiny 2 content. Find me on Twitch and also follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Cheers.